Yo, what's up? It's your boy, Kupz the Universe, K-Ups. You already know the universe. Feel me? This is how we go, man. Join the universe gang. You feel me? Universe gang, because we're universal. You feel me? And today we're going to be having a discussion and we're going to be relating. It's a relation discussion, right? Now, what we're going to be relating is human beings, body versus cell phones, right? So let's do it, right? So you know, while a human body is a mechanic, it's a machine, right? It's a machine. So the telephone, cell phone is a machine, right? But it doesn't work unless it's connected, right? So you have a cell phone. If you buy a cell phone, right, it has to be connected. Now, the human body, in order to inhabit a human body, it also has to be connected. You see what I'm saying? Now, there are things to this that I'm trying to express here now, where it's like, okay, the Trinity would be considered of what makes the phone work, right? The phone carriers, like the signal carriers, are like the religion. So a cell phone provider, like a cell phone is not attached to anything. It's an individual. It's singular. It's always an individual, even when connected. But it's an individual. It's lifeless, right? It needs not only a signal. It needs power. It needs connectivity, right? So the human body in that aspect, you know what I'm saying, has to have the connectivity. It needs power. It needs a signal. You see what I'm saying? And it needs connectivity. So the Trinity to me in that aspect would be the power, signal, and the connectivity or the internet or bandwidth, right? The human body. God would be considered, those Trinity spirits is what to the body, what power, signal, and internet connectivity or bandwidth is to the phone, right? Now, let's discuss another thing real quick. Like knowing the technology versus not knowing technology. The world that we live in now tends to demonize beings that may know more workings of the technology than what they know, right? So think of it like this. A person, two people get a cell phone, right? One person has a cell phone and knows about the cell phone. The other person doesn't know anything about a cell phone, right? The person that doesn't know about the cell phone could be the person that doesn't even know that you have to put the battery inside the phone, the SIMs card inside the phone, right? These are the organs. These are the organs, the power centers, the chakras, right, of the cell phone. You know what I'm saying? Then they probably want to know you have to charge the cell phone before you even cut the cell phone on, right? Versus a person that knows that, right? So that person that knows that is already more speedily, you know what I'm saying, connecting or operating the system that he's attained. So the spirit attains systems. The bodies that the systems attain are the material form. You see what I'm saying? And the person might not know all that. So now they'd be stuck. The one person will take longer to learn that versus the person that already knows that. Now, besides that, you got to also know, okay, well, now I got to go get a connector. I got to go find a provider, whether it's T-Mobile, whether it's Virgin Mobile, whether it's Verizon, whatever. I have to find somebody that's, you see what I'm saying? And I have to pay. So the payment is the service. You see what I'm saying? For the human body, like the movement, like the tilling of the land. That's like the payment. You see what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Like I have to find a signal to get to the signal. So the payment of the signal is you actually doing the work, right? Of what, you know, the signal, which would be considered religion or spirituality also, you see what I'm saying, is a signal too. You see what I'm saying? So those are the signal paths, that the daisy chains are the paths of frequency that you can follow. You see what I'm saying? To get to God. Ultimately, he's the end of all goals. You see what I'm saying? That energy, right? It's neither male nor female. In some aspects it's beyond that. In some aspects is dual, right? So also on top of a person connecting their cell phone, now you got a signal, right? So now you can make phone calls, right? You can make phone calls and you can send text messages. So that's the beginning stages of a person learning his religion, of a person mastering the ins and outs of that particular signal. You see what I'm saying? They get contact, and now they reaching people, so they spreading the signal, they spreading the word, they whatever word that may be. Yo, what's up? I'm coming through. Yo, what's up? Yo, how you been? You know what I'm saying? Whatever that may be, you feel me? They're spreading that word. The first was the will, then was the word, right? So that's how that aspect transcend into the cell phone thing. Now, after all that, depending on which signal you have, they do have, or which how much you pay, you can have a better signal, right? You can have a stronger signal, or you can have a more clearer signal. So there are people that's clear, more clearly connected, more the signals that come from the Father, and the the receptivity of it, the crystal clearness of that signal is there based on who does the most work, right? Who pays the most bill, right? The highest bill gets you the best signal. The signal would be considered like the um all, right? The signal would be like the all in the real world to the human body. And the power, right, that you gotta get from a outlet to power your device at all times, or you can get it from a solar charger, which is literally getting it from the sun, right? That's like the eternal sun, like Father representation through the Son, eternal Son, like Christ, like Yeshua, Jesus. Some people call him Michael. You know what I'm saying? In certain aspects, but you know what I mean. So that, and then like the internet connection or connectivity or bandwidth would be like the universal energy. You know what I'm saying? The universal, which would be, I just realized, I learned something too, but I'm not gonna go there yet. And then boom. So now, on top of that, right, knowing the human body, right, versus knowing your technology versus not knowing your technology, knowing your cell phone, how to get it versus not getting it. Cell phones are manufactured and created by somebody. Somebody built the cell phone, somebody programmed the cell phone before you even buy the cell phone. You see what I'm saying? Those are aspects of the beyonders. They're beyond the electric, the connectivity, and the what I'm saying, the internet bandwidth signal, what I'm saying, aspects of your phone that make your phone be alive. These are the ones that they created your phone. You see what I'm saying? So these would be the beyonders. This is the Father and the Son in beyond mode. But then in your phone, the power of the electricity and the signal and the bandwidth is also the power of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, but in your vessel form. You see the difference? And you know, those people put things on the cell phone. You have apps already built into the cell phone you can't delete, and you have options in menus, secret menus that you can't attain. You could jailbreak your phone, which you can make your phone universal, but you got to know how to program it. You see what I'm saying? And this is the things of the cell phone most people don't know. The little number codes, you understand? Those things are what we call source coding, and to the universal mechanism of the human body, the parts of the body, the actions of the body, the functions of the body that people don't know that the developers programmed into the actual body, or the apps that you can't get rid of that's in the body, which would be considering taking up space. So that would be like the mental. You got to also think like the aspects of the processing versus the computing power, the mental universe versus the processing of listening, of understanding, of separating, of discerning, and then the computation, like computing, the action of applying, the action of like being. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, those parts of the phones are also inside the internal. Those are like the internal. That would be what a person would try to, as a human body, when they say they going internally, that's what it'd be like. A person learning their processing power, a person learning their computing power, a person learning how to master the rest of their existence through that. You see what I'm saying? Um, So my analysis of the cell phone in the human body is to say that people don't understand how the human body works fully, and in knowing it fully, you know what I'm saying, you can get for a better usage out of the body or out of the said cell phone. Now, you know, in cell phones they upgrade. So you know the computing power and the processing power is limited to a certain amount of space. Then once you exceed that space, the body just starts tripping, the cell phone starts tripping, and ultimately it crashes. So the same thing with the human body, but it's different because you see how they have to make a separate cell phone for it to be able to process higher powers or frequencies of computing, or hold more of a powerful charge, or have more of a bandwidth from 3G to 4G to 5G kind of signal information. You know what I'm saying? The human body changes every 3 months. Every 3 months, you can program your body by the foods you eat, by the actions you take, and by the thoughts you think. You know what I'm saying? And you can literally in 3 months have not a new body form, but you technically have all new cells, which you can have govern and to intake more frequency signal, more power. And this is what the whole ascension thing is talking about. You're taking your spirit body is evolving your physical body to understand more of what it is, because without that upgrade you won't be able to absorb or understand or retain said information, which comes to you through spurts of inspiration and epiphanies. You know what I'm saying? That hits the mind. Like this today. This just came to me right now, and I was like, yo, let me talk about it. You feel what I'm saying? And that's why I'm a little all over the place, because I didn't really formally, but I made the connections. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at it like that. The cell phone itself is like the human body. And you know, some of the hidden attributes of the menu is the developer mode. And in developer mode, you can use mock locations. You can so the cell phone is omnipresent, is unipresent, is one place at a time when it comes to tracking your cell phone, right? When it's developed a certain way. But if you break the code and go into the developer options, which is the hidden options, right? Which is like breaking or hacking your human body and learning how to make it operate other than how everybody else is operating, more efficient. You can literally take your location, which is singular, and be all over the place. You see what I'm saying? Because it's now you can mock it. That's just an example of the cell phone. And I guess being your human body, there's a way where you can be everywhere at once. You could be micro omnipresent. You can be omnipresent, but see, you have to be connected to the signal. You have to be connected to the power source or retain some of that rechargement from that power source. And you have to have that bandwidth, strong enough signal, that strong enough connectivity to be in the internet world, to be connected to everything, which is considering the mental aspects, which is considered the universe, the thinking process, the actual synopsis of, brain waves and neurons firing electrons, and also electrons firing off photons, and that's how you get your light body, that's how you get your electric body, that's how your etheric body and all that exists through the fields that govern the electric field and the photon field, which is already inside of your body and also on outside and externally. You see what I'm saying? So the aspect of this is just to show you that a person can have the same body and they all can be capable of the same thing, except for the upgrades. You see what I'm saying? The upgrades, you gotta upgrade individually. So if you're behind in your upgrades, you know what happens to cell phones that don't upgrade after a certain amount of upgrades? It dies. So you have to upgrade the human body or it's gonna die. You see what I'm saying? Just like the cell phone memory and all that will crash if you don't update your phone, let's say past 7 updates. You know what I'm saying? Then you're not gonna even be able to use your phone no more. So it's the same with the human body. You see what I'm saying? There's ways that you can learn the body better than others, but those that know how to use the body correctly more so than others also usually get, you know what I'm saying? They also usually get demonized and considered to be something other than what everything else. You know what I'm saying? I've had past lifetimes where I was chased down and killed as a witch. I've had past lifetimes where I was chased down and killed because of what I know. You know what I'm saying? As far as being overly advanced. And I'm not talking that to be weird. You know what I'm saying? I have the marks here. I have the burn marks. There's a big mole. I thought, you know what I'm saying, that's on my arm that looks like a tattoo, but I'm coming to the conclusion that it's burns. My people said it's my ether. That's how much ether is inside of me because of, you know, that symbol. But, you know, it can be all that and none of that at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Time is present. Time is always present to the point where there's no past, there's no future, it's only the moment. What you call a past is a moment that's already been experienced. That the only time you can dwell on it is when you go into your universal mind, which is your mental, right? Which is the action of your mind working, you know what I'm saying, and visit that said moment. And anything in the future is just preconceived or pre-assumed notions, moments. I want this moment to be like this at this time. You know what I'm saying? You're in the moment now. This is the only thing that exists. So if you control your moments to better whatever, your future will grow from every moment. And if you watch your moments, you can minimize all the pain from mistakes that will be considered your past after you live through or move through that specific space in time. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, all of those exist at the same time where you wouldn't be able to visit the past and memory if it didn't exist no more, if it was gone. You see what I'm saying? When things are gone, they don't exist no more. You see what I mean? So yeah, so learn how to use your human body the same way you learn how to use your cell phone. Don't be the person that don't know how to, you know what I'm saying, or only connect to the signal where you could just get text and call messages. You know what I'm saying? You got a weak signal. You know what I'm saying? You might have the good connectivity, no internet. You know what I'm saying? Basically, these are like human bodies that don't utilize the full potential of their body's capability. You see what I'm saying? And usage and just physicality, which is meant for you to just learn about limitations because you're actually a limitless being and there's nothing that can really control you. You're a limitless being, a percentage of a bigger collection or a bigger body of a infinite kind of being, and in that aspect you are that being, but in the smallest part of it, for that bigger being to understand what limitations are, or what is the divine purpose for limitations, or when does a divine being says I limit myself for the better. You see what I'm saying? Type of situation. And that will be when you come into earth and you limit yourself in the human body, but you devoted yourself to the will of the Father, and that breached the word of the Father out of your mouth, which breathes the Christ in you, which is the anointing. So once you get the anointing, you are on point and you don't have to really go into a lot of other things to get what you need. The source is right inside you at all times. It's just, do you have one of the three connections, or your cell phone connected to the power? Did you charge it right? Do you got the SIMS card to go in it? Is it a good cell phone? Is it the crappy cell phone? Situations versus cell phones, or human bodies versus fly bodies and rabbits, and you know what I'm saying? Which determines which carrier you got to go to and all that other situation. No actuality, three things that make a cell phone function would be in a trinity: the connectivity or the internet, the, you know what I'm saying, signal itself in order to receive and call out and dial out calls, and the power source to be able to even power up the object so you can view it, so it can give the light, so you can perceive. You understand? And that's, these things come in the aspect of the deities that govern that phone, but the creator and the programmer are exponentially outside of that existence, but their existence means more to that cell phone than those three, because they're the ones that made sure it had a power source. They're the ones that made sure it had a signal receiver and transducer that it could send out, and it's the ones that made it able for it to get receive bandwidth and all that. You understand? So take that analogy, put it with God, put it with your human body, and it should make all the sense in the world. You feel me? Oh yeah, yo, we live in Wakanda. This is Wakanda. You know what I'm saying? Why I say that? Because the word Wakanda means the creator and the great mystery. So The word Wakanda itself is a representation of the all, of the universal aspect in two aspects. One as power, one as, you know what I'm saying, movement and animation. And that word itself means the father, means the what the universe is, the mother universe and the father light that governs that universe, powers it. That connection is Wakanda, Waka, Wakanda. You know what I'm saying? That's indigenous. You know what I'm saying? There are videos. Look for the video that says Wakanda is in America. It should pop up. Just type in your search. And I'm just giving somebody a shout out because I watched it last night and it was great. You know what I'm saying? So check that out. And you know what I'm saying? It's your boy Kupz the Universe. I hope I didn't miss none of my points because I was really trying to make some points. Hold on, let me see something. Um Yeah, I think I made all my points. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? I had a little thing written down over there, but it's not really nothing. I was kind of freestyled it. So that just to give you the idea so you understand that these human bodies, they're all able to do things. Depending on your upgrades, you might have to catch up. But other than that, it's like, are you willing to do that? Do you? How many people go and jailbreak their cell phones? How many people learn how to use the little codes in their cell phone to operate it? You know, star this, that. All it's many aspects to it. It gets deep. It goes back to the shallow. But understand what I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? This is wisdom from the divine. You know what I'm saying? Your brother, Poet Lounge, aka Kupz the Universe, K-Ups. Join the Kupz universe. You know what I'm saying? Join the universe gang. You already know what it does. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment. It doesn't matter what you say. It's all love, but the love is more appreciated than anything else. But it's always love because even if you come in the any other way than what is love, then I'm gonna look at it like, well, they just don't understand. So I love them because they're lost a little bit. It's okay. I have compassion for them, and I have patience with them. You feel what I'm saying? So it's your boy Kupz the Universe. You already know, man. Check me out, and Mightier Than Swords is in the works. It is gonna come out. That album is gonna be bananas. I trust me. I'm not even. It's gonna be crazy. So I'll talk to you later, man. One love. Peace.